goers. Susanna Frankie has the latest on the concert chaos in this report.
3,000 angry fans spurred by a hard rock group turned the streets of Upper Darby into a bottle-throwing melee late last night. Tensions ran high as irate concert goers tried to overturn a bus and block the streets. The LA hard rock group Jane's Addiction abruptly ended its show after only 45 minutes, leaving the Tower Theater sellout crowd flabbergasted. Today, Mark and Deborah Hall feel confused and cheated after not only having to drive an hour to the show, but also spending $15.50 a piece on their tickets.
The crowd got violent. Well, the crowd that was cheering for their heroes one minute was ready to kill them the next.
The band kept making innuendos to the fact of not wanting to be there at all. Let's get out of here, and cursing at the audience and actually insulting the audience.
Promoters of the concert refused to go on camera, but said in a written statement that the group said they just didn't like the audience and simply walked off stage.
Before the streets cleared, 150 police officers, including reinforcements from Philadelphia and the state police, were called in. One police officer was injured and 24 people arrested. Most were charged with disorderly conduct, including Mike Kisamorski, who spent the night in lockup.
And I was, talking loud and saying things I shouldn't have said. Freedom of speech basically is what it was, and I got nailed for it.
Jane's Addiction played 2 sellout engagements in Philadelphia last year without incident. Because of the shortened show, Electric Factory Concerts is offering a partial $5 refund. The promoter wouldn't comment on whether or not it will sponsor another Jane's Addiction show. I'm Susanna Frankie, Channel 6 Action News.
And still on the subject.
Darby neighborhood last night outside the Tower Theater, and police are still not sure why it happened. Hundreds of angry fans turned the streets outside the theater at 69th Street into a battle zone last night. This after the group Jane's Addiction stopped playing after about 45 minutes. 150 police officers from Upper Darby and Philadelphia were called in. One officer was slightly injured. 24 rioters were cited for disturbances, and 21-year-old Todd Katzberg is charged with assault in connection with the melee. There are differing accounts as to what sparked the riot. Some fans say the group became belligerent on stage. Electric Factory Concerts is offering a $5 refund to fans who mail in their ticket stubs.
The space shuttle.
More ended abruptly in only 45.
It's too short, and I mean, all these people were expecting such a great show, and they just really let everybody down.
The abbreviated concert set off a riot that ended in dozens of arrests and several injuries to police.
Everyone went outside, and they were like rocking the bus, and people getting rowdy, and they were on at least 30 squad cars there.
Today, fans are holding both ticket stubs and hard feelings about the sold-out concert. Some have paid up to $100 to attend.
I only paid $15, but if I paid any more than that, I would have been really angry.
Other people did pay more?
People paid up to $100, is what I heard.
According to fans, the problem was security that kept fans in their seats and out of the aisles.
The security were suppressing the energy of the crowd.
WMMR DJ John DeBella says the band should have played on.
They don't really like having a seated audience. Well, if you don't like having a seated audience, don't play the Tower Theater.
So from Upper Darby to South Street, Jane's Addiction fans are bummed out about the band's walking out on them. In the meantime, Electric Factory Concerts is offering a $5 refund to ticket holders. All you have to do is take your ticket stub and put it in a self-addressed stamped envelope and return it to Electric Factory Concerts. But the fans say they're not the big losers here. They charge, the band is. On South Street, I'm Robin McIntosh, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Tonight, a public wire Air Force Base Dave Stratweiser
up last night. Big Al's got stocking season. Okay, thanks for the update. John Blunt reports tonight on a Southwest Philadelphia Goodly to piece together why a concert ended in a riot last night in Upper Darby. Hundreds of fans went wild in the streets, and 2 people were hurt. Bonnie Keller tells us the whole thing started when the performers abruptly walked off the stage at the Tower Theater.
All is quiet and cleaned up outside the Tower Theater after last night's riot. It happened when the Los Angeles-based rock group Jane's Addiction cut its concert short, and an angry crowd of 3,000 spilled out onto the streets.
It was a mob scene. Bottles were flying. They were trying to tip over a bus.
A police officer sustained a dislocated shoulder in the scuffle, and a concertgoer was hit in the head with a bottle. Both men are okay. Upper Darby police needed the assistance of 48 units of police from Delaware County and another 30 police cars from Philadelphia to quiet the angry crowd. Before it was all over, 22 people were arrested for disorderly conduct. You're listening to a soundtrack from an album by Jane's Addiction. The riot was the talk on the morning zoo at WMMR Radio. Concert goers called disc jockey Jean DeBella and said they got cheated. The band played only 8 songs because members apparently didn't like to perform to a seated audience.
But here's a band that normally comes out on stage, does a 90-minute show, doesn't like the situation. Instead of like complaining about it in front of the audience and saying, hey, we would rather have you, close to us and jump up on stage and really have a good time, they cut the show short.
Electric Factory Concerts, the organization that brought Jane's Addiction to the Tower Theater today, issued an apologetic press release saying their representatives appealed to the band to stay on stage, but the leaders simply didn't like the crowd. As a consolation, those who attended are being offered a $5 refund toward the price of their tickets. Whatever the reason the concert was cut short, Jane's Addiction won't be back soon. Bonnie Keller, Channel 10 News.
Tonight, a faulting as men and must pass comparable skills tests. To the